is an important component of the state's economic success, and will highlight those successes by recognizing important projects and visiting local businesses. Now, therefore, we, the Board of County Commissioners of Garrett County, Maryland, hereby proclaims the week of October 21st through 25th, 2024 as Economic Development Week in Garrett County, and ask all to join with us to recognize and reaffirm the importance of business and economic development locally and statewide on the 7th day of October 2024, signed by Commissioner Savage, Tishnell, and myself. And we do have a lot of very good things going on right now. Not ready to make any big announcements quite yet today, but there are possibilities to have some big announcements in the relatively near future. So I want to commend our team, and I know Steve can't be here today, but Steve and Kim and Connor and everyone else that works on our behalf in that are doing a very good job, and we appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Anybody want to say anything?
So I will. I just want to thank all of our businesses who have chosen to locate here in Garrett County, because without them, Connor and I really wouldn't have a job. But we are very thankful for them. We have a lot of businesses that are expanding. We have some new ones coming in. We do have something special that we have scheduled for Economic Development Week, and I'm going to turn it over to Connor so that he can give you an idea of what that is, because I kind of wrangled him in to do it. So.
Awesome. Well, again, Commissioners, thank you so much for the recognition. Thank you for this proclamation. You know, your support helps us do what we do. Our businesses, I'll echo Kim, are a fantastic part of our community. You know, I'll argue with all of my colleagues across the state that we've got the best, and they'll have to come and take me on to prove me wrong. But we have a great business community, and we're excited to have several marketing programs to assist them, including our Business Bear podcast. We're excited to have 30 episodes under our belt. And for Economic Development Week, first of its kind, we'll be doing a live recording up at Garrett College. We're excited. We set that up today. So on the 24th from 10 until 4, our businesses will be able to come down and do 5 to 15-minute commercials for their businesses. We'll also be inviting our resource partners and several of our officials to come and help co-host. It's just going to be a fun, interactive day that we help endorse our local businesses and let people know what we have going on right here in our backyard. So if people want to know more, they can contact me, of course. Anyone listening online or here today has any questions, please reach out to me. I think it's an exciting time. Economic development is a huge part of the community. I think our partners at MEDA say every dollar we invest in economic development yields $9 in return in the state of Maryland. So it's an exciting time, and we're happy to be celebrating in this way with a very unique event that'll put us on the map as first of its kind.
Excellent. Great. Thank you guys very much.
You're welcome. Maybe we can do a photo op real quick with you all.
Yes.
So that we can...
Sure. Make us look good.
Ready? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys
All right.
very much.
Thank
You
you.
guys just keep us, making us look good.
Okay, the next order of business, we have several resolutions to adopt. We have held public hearings on all of these that require them. We have received very little comment on any of them. The ones that we did on the building codes, we've had meetings and more meetings with people impacted by that, and I think we've all come to a good resolution on all of that stuff. So at this time, unless anyone objects on the board, I'm going to ask for approval of multiple resolutions, and then the ordinances. We'll separate the ordinances from the resolutions, but we'll take all the resolutions in a slate and then the two ordinances in a slate, if that's okay with the board. So there are, I believe, 6 resolutions. Resolution 2024-9, which is the farm winery resolution for the Deep Creek Watershed Zoning Ordinance Amendment. Talked about this a couple times. Trying to find the, yeah, thank you. This would add a new definition to read as follows: farm winery, a winery operation having an approved Maryland Class 3 or 4 winery license and conducted on property classified as agricultural by the Maryland Department of Assessments and Taxation. A farm winery may conduct wine tastings that include accessory food sales and have retail sales of wine and winery related products. So that is 2024-9. Resolution 2024-10 is for sale of property in the Kaiser's Ridge Business Park, which is Lot 3A, for the sum of $30,000 to DC Mountain Utilities. Resolution number 2024-11 is the covenants in Kaiser's Ridge Business Park. The resolution of the Board of County Commissioners of Garrett County, Maryland, repealing, revoking, and canceling the declaration of covenants, conditions, and restrictions for the Kaiser Ridge Business Park dated May 10th, 2013. County has determined that certain covenants may unintentionally impair the marketability of property that comprises the park, and that repealing, revoking, and canceling the original declaration and supplemental declaration and adopting the new declaration would be in keeping with the general purpose and common scheme of the development of the park for Kaiser's Ridge. Resolution 2024-12. This is contract and procurement, bids and contracts ordinance, increasing the minimum dollar amount of contracts for which the county commissioners or any employee of Garrett County are required to advertise for bids, exempting certain contracts for professional services from a requirement to advertise for bids, and authorizing certain contracts to be solicited by written bids, and generally relating to the procurement of Garrett County. Streamline that process. Resolution 2024-13, Garrett County Multi-Jurisdictional Hazard Mitigation Plan. This is, we got to do this every
5 years.
5 years. So this is just an update to that.
It's a FEMA requirement.
FEMA requirement, more procedural. Resolution number 2024-14, which is the ethics ordinance, allows the Garrett County government to amend and restate the provisions of Chapter 34 of the Code Public Laws to conform the code provisions and requests for Maryland. So this is just bringing us into compliance with that. Those are the six resolutions. You have all read those previously. Are there any questions, comments, or concerns on any of the resolutions? Hearing none, I'll take a motion to adopt Resolution 2024-9 through -14 as read.
Motion to approve all.
We have a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Question on the motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Then we have two ordinances. Both of these we've had hearings on. These are the building code ordinances. So this will be Resolution 2024-13 and 2024. Ordinance Building Code Ordinance 2024 and the Mechanical Code Ordinance. It's a very paper-heavy meeting.
Yes.
This is the farm winery. Okay. So the Building Code Ordinance, again, had a public hearing, had some comments and questions on this. We deferred adopting this until we could get more information out to that community of folks and industries impacted by this. building code ordinance, an ordinance of the Board of Garrett County Commissioners, a body politic and corporate and political subdivision of the state of Maryland, repealing and adopting the Garrett County Building Code pursuant to the provisions of Garrett County Code, regulating and providing for minimum standards governing the design, construction, alteration, enlargement, repair, demolition, removal, and use of certain buildings and structures, regulating the fabrication, erection, construction, enlargement, alteration, repair, and use of one or two family dwellings, their appurtenances, and accessory structures, and providing for the issuance of building permits, review of construction drawings, inspections of the work, issuance of certificates of use, and occupancy permits as required, and the collection of a permit and associated fees, and providing penalties for violation thereof. Again, public hearing on this several meetings ago now, a couple different meetings. I think that's in a good spot. The second one is Mechanical Code Ordinance 2024. This one is regulating and providing minimum standards governing the installation of heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and refrigeration systems, providing for the issuance of mechanical permits, fees, inspections, and providing penalties for violation thereof. All of these are accessible in full detail on our website and have been presented in a public hearing. If there are no questions, concerns, or thoughts on the building code and the mechanical code, I will entertain a motion to adopt both of them.
Make a motion, we adopt both codes.
We have a motion, we have a second.
Second.
Motion and a second. Question on the motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, the next order of business, we have a couple of bids. Mr. Knoll, what do you got?
Yes, sir, we have 3 bids for review tonight. The first one is contract number 2024-01, grant number 324-0023, 021-2024. It's for the Airport Rehabilitation Terminal Airport Project. One bid was received from Carl Belt in the amount of $822,555. After reviewing the bid for compliance and getting funding approval from the Maryland and Federal Aviation Administration, recommendation is to award the contract to Carl Belt in the amount of $822,555. This project is funded by Federal and Maryland Aviation Administration, and our contribution is about 6% or $49,353.
And we budgeted.
And we budgeted for that. The second one is our annual.
Just any questions on that? All right, we'll take all of these as well.
Okay. Yep. The second one is our annual winter abrasives and road salt. Approximately 11 responses were received from George's Creek Stone and Gravel, Keystone Line Company, Arcosta Aggregates, Fairfax Concrete Products, Government MLO Supplies USA, Maryland Minerals, Cargill, Morton Salt, Allegheny Aggregate, and Belmont Aggregate. And after reviewing the bids for compliance and working with the Roads Department, the recommendation is to award bids to the following vendors: George Creek Stone and Gravel, Keystone Lime, Arcosta Aggregates, Fairfax Concrete Products, Maryland Minerals, Cargill, Allegheny Aggregates, and Belmont Aggregates. The Roads Department will determine which quarry they will pull product out of depending on the location and the hauling costs at the time of the purchase.
Any questions on that?
No.
All right.
Our next one is bid number 240919, Pusley Run Water Treatment Plant Improvements. 2 bids were received. one from Ferry Contracting in the amount of $167,000, and the second from Beitzel Corporation for $198,160. After reviewing the bids and working with the Utilities Department, the recommendation is to award the bid to Ferry Contracting in the amount of $167,000.
What's the time frame on, doing those improvements? Brandon?
Would be early next spring.
All right, provided we adopt this, can you, inform the town of Grantsville of that timeline, since they're impacted by this too? Thank you. Any questions on that?
We in budget?
Yes, we have money, yes.
All right, so we have recommendations for the airport terminal project, contract number 2024-01, Carl Belt for $822,555. Winter abrasives and road salt to Georges Creek, Stone and Gravel, Keystone Line Company, Arcosa Aggregates, Fairfax Concrete, Maryland Minerals, Cargill, Allegheny Aggregates, and Belmont Aggregates, to be determined by the roads divisions based on cost at the time and where it is in relation to their garage. And then the Puzley Run Water Treatment Plant, bid number 24-0919 to Ferry Contracting in the amount of $167,000. Questions on any of those? Motion to approve all three.
Motion to approve all three.
We have a motion, we have a second.
Second.
Question on the motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. One real quick announcement before we go to any public questions and commentary. The next meeting will be Tuesday, October the 22nd, here at the courthouse beginning at 4 o'clock. If there's nothing else by the commission, we'll open the floor to any questions or comments by the audience. Hearing none, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you all very much.